Thank you, Madam Chairman. And Senator Hutchison, so good to see you. Thank you for joining us today. And Senator Nelson, I so enjoyed my conversation with you and discussing a little bit about a mutual friend that we have, and also discussing your enthusiasm for NASA, but I think more importantly, your understanding of the processes and the goals for NASA. So briefly, and for the record, what I would like for you to do is talk for just a little bit about China, about China's push into space exploration, how they utilize that civil military fusion in order to try to beat us at the space race and beat us as we look at our military, because China is out for global dominance. So if you'll just touch on that.
Yes, ma'am. Well, we have known and is articulated presently by the president, there is a threat China poses in basically getting a lot of our secrets and getting a lot of our technology and invading a lot of our privacy. Now, when you take that global concern that we have and you bring it to the space program, then you have to be concerned about the same thing. China has said that they want to have a landing of humans on the moon. More recently, China has said that they're going to link up with Russia to put humans on the moon. I think there's a lot more that has to be done by saying it and actually doing it, because space is hard, but I think we need to be concerned about that. And
well, I agree with you on that. And I tell you, I think we're going to hold you to your commitment of back to the moon by 2024 and to Mars by 2030. And I also, for the record, want to state how much I appreciate your focus on the public-private partnerships and making certain that we are cost competitive as NASA moves forward with different ventures. So say thank you for that. Ms. Khan, for just one question for you. If you had been at the FTC during the Obama years, what would you have done differently in the merger review process?
Senator, I think over the last few years in particular, there's been a lot of evidence that's come to light that suggests that in certain cases, there were missed opportunities for enforcement actions. As I mentioned earlier, I think part of that was due to some of the information asymmetries. Part of that was also because there was an assumption that digital markets in particular are fast moving, and so we don't need to be concerned about potential concentration in these markets because any exercise of power will get disciplined by entry and by new competition. Now, of course, we know that in these markets, you actually have significant network externalities and other reinforcing advantages of data in ways that make them much more sticky, such that, we have to be much more vigilant relating to these acquisitions. So, I think in hindsight, there's a growing sense that some of those merger reviews were a missed opportunity.
I would like for you to submit in writing a more complete answer as to what you would have done differently. We know what the problems were, and you know that I have concerns about your background and lack of experience in coming to that position. So why don't you just submit to me a written answer in that regard? Ms. Kiernan, thank you so much for the time. And just very quickly, I've got 25 seconds left. If you will talk a little bit about where your focus will be on spectrum policy.
Thank you, Senator. I enjoyed our time to visit before the hearing. As you know, the NTIA has an important role in the interagency effort to develop a government-wide spectrum plan, and I think that we need a government-wide spectrum plan that will allow us to address both the needs of the private sector to have spectrum for 5G, as well as the government's needs for spectrum to satisfy its needs and its ability to perform its responsibilities.
Thank you. Thanks, Madam Chairman. That completes my questions.